Good, mate. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are. This is Dalek 451, the new Dalek Ever. How are you all doing today? And Merry Christmas to you all. It, it's it is yes. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but where I am, it is Christmas Eve. So yes, very much Merry Christmas to you all. And I hope you all doing okay out there tonight. And I've already got some really good folks in the chat already. We got well, we got we've got whatever his name is now. Good evening to you, sir. Killer Rabbit from Space. Hello, Merry Christmas. Greetings, human, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you very much. And yeah, don't worry, I'm here. And Jill, my good friend, Antidote Jill, lovely to see you. Merry Christmas. Please tell me all the things, darling. You're so bored tonight. Oh, you're bored. Well, come on. Well, come on in, Jill. I'm sure maybe we'll do something to cheer you up, hey? Is anyone else here? I think that's everybody. At least for right now. And no, Killer Out for Space, I hadn't fallen asleep. Well, I was asleep, for a good while, but I woke up very early in the morning and thought, well, I haven't done a live stream in a little while, and also it's Christmas Eve, so thought, so why not? So yeah, here we are, and well, hope you've got anything. Come on, and if you want to come in and chat, the link's right there. And Jill saying, "Yay!" and hello to Hakeem. Good to see you. Morning. It's 1:30 a.m. in Dalek and chat. Yeah. Hello, Hakeem. Merry Christmas. It's yeah, and I know it's that late, early in the morning for you, but it's again, it's nearly 20 to 7 in the morning. 20 to 7 in the morning for me. Here in merry old England. So and I've got a few things. I don't know about any of you, but I've got a few things planned to do today for Christmas Eve. And hello, Lemon Pie. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Well, like I say, I've got a few things. I've got a bit of an idea what I'd like to do today. I've got a couple of, got a couple of maybe one or two Christmas movies I'd like my favorite Christmas movies I want to watch. I've got this one movie that recently came out on Netflix last couple of weeks ago that I've been meaning to get around to watching. I might watch that today. So I've got maybe I also had the idea of maybe trying to do get a little bit of writing done today, even though it is Christmas Eve. The only thing is though, even though today is Christmas Eve, it's also a Sunday, which is very fitting for very fitting for Christmas, isn't it? If only if only Christmas Day was on a Sunday, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? But well, I mean, but well, no, I'm going on about Sunday because in this house, Sunday is usually wash day. So So this place is gonna be pretty busy today, and of course one other thing I've got that's planned for today is hopefully actually for tonight I'm gonna be hopefully be over at hanging out over at King Dolphin TV for 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 his special Christmas Eve Just Cause. That's going to be fun. So I hope to see as many of you there as possible for that. Die Hard. I should probably look at the rest of the chats here. Let's see what's and what is this? My channel? It feels like my channel because Dalek is almost 20 minutes late. Well, I'm here now, Jill. I'm here now. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Dalek is something to share that is very important and interesting tonight. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know about that, Jill, but I don't know about important, but maybe something to share. Let's see. Killer Rabbit from Space says, I retired recently myself after 35 years in the food service industry. Oh, you've retired, have you? Well, I wish you I wish you a nice long retirement, Killer Rabbit. And Jill says, "Hooray! Merry Christmas Eve!" Aw, thanks, Jill. And she says, "I have a new laptop. I'm on Christmas. I have a new laptop. I'm on Christmas vacation. I have all the vodka. Good for you, Jill. Best part, my kids are asleep." And right, and speaking of Jill.
Yeah, speaking of me, I feel like you're going to say the devil, but then you're like, wait, no, Jill's not the devil, so you can't say that.
I almost did say it. I almost did say, speak of the devil. But it being Christmas, it didn't feel, maybe that didn't feel quite right to say that.
You got it. Merry Christmas, dog.
Merry Christmas, Jill. How are you?
I'm doing really great. I do have to try to be quiet because my whole family's here in this hotel room. And they're all asleep.
Oh, you're in a hotel room. Oh, I see.
I am.
Right. They don't want to wake anyone then.
No. Do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie? But I like how Hakeem spells it Die Heart.
Die Heart, yeah. I don't really want to get in that debate, but
what? Why not? Oh, is it because you do not consider Die Hard a Christmas movie? That's what that means if you don't want to talk about it. So we already know your answer by not talking about it.
Good evening.
Indeed.
And hello to you too. I don't know what to call you anymore.
Sir?
Just I like Peter.
Jill.
My favorite is Peter Ryder, Captain Infinity.
I was going to go with Jill, but okay, call me that.
Don't call you Jill.
Okay, that'd be confusing.
Well, anyway, it's good.
I mean, Jill.
Well, anyway, Captain, it's good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and it's good to be seen, or not.
Well, it's
good to be heard.
It is. It is a thing. Indeed. Well, that's why you get a channel, is to be heard. So, and then people decide whether or not they want you on their channel, and that is a thing that happens.
I don't know how I got on here.
The link. It was in the chat.
There was a link. Someone forgot to block me. Here I am.
Yeah, I decided. Normally
Normally your
I
ass
do,
wouldn't be up here right now, Captain, but it's Christmas.
No, I.
But it's Christmas.
I would have decided. I would have gone against putting the StreamYard link in the open YouTube chat. But
I would recommend it. What if Scotty clicks on it? Then you'll be in trouble.
I decided, hey, it's Christmas. Why not make it open panel?
Yay!
Yeah, I was about to go and look for it in other locations, but then I saw it in the chat. Makes it easy.
Yeah, anyone can come in. So then Dalek 452. I like that.
451 was taken by someone.
Indeed.
I like the story. Yes, that story. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea that Dalek decided his name was based on Fahrenheit 451.
It's a subtle nod to Ray Bradbury, folks, and that's all you need to know.
Well, that's the story. People seem to have spun around it, but yeah.
I know it's not true, but it's like people saying
it's not true.
Print the legend. All right. The real story is because Dalek 450 was already taken.
No, Dalek. No, I couldn't just have. No, it's because I just couldn't have Dalek 445.
What's that about 45? What are you, a record?
I don't. Oh man, I don't know.
What's wrong with Dalek 1? Or they think that you're Spanish. Dalek 1.
Look at this point. The name is just stuck. This is just what everyone knows me as.
Well, that's true. It's a moot point.
The real question is, who is this Dalek 45, and why don't we see him around?
Right. Where's his show? Dalek 45, wherefore art thou?
And Christmas Vacation is a great movie. I'm watching it tonight, says Killer Rabbit. And yeah, I agree completely. I watched half of it, and those 40 minutes just flew by. I want to finish it. I had to quit watching it for a reason.
Jill, do you know the confusing thing about Christmas Vacation in New Zealand?
What's the confusing thing?
You know, summer vacation? Mm-hmm. Same vacation.
Yeah, but the summer vacation movie is just the National Lampoon Vacation movie.
Well, basically a summer movie. In New Zealand, a Christmas movie is a summer movie.
So do you have a Wally World?
Well, my house.
So anyway, yeah, I've got a few.
Moving on.
So yeah, since we're on that Christmas movie, I've got a few planned. Ones I'd like to watch over today and tomorrow. So, like I was saying earlier, one of my
Elvis Presley, Vacation Hawaiian Style. Is that a Christmas movie?
Is it?
Does it take place during December? Oh, July? Is it July?
It's effectively June here.
I suppose this comes down to what you comes back to this old debate about how do you class something
as a Christmas movie?
How do you class something as a Christmas movie? Does it have to be just
set in the summer, of course?
Set at Christmas, or does it have to actually be about Christmas?
Star Trek Generations is a Christmas movie simply for having like a 5-minute scene about Christmas.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Like it's well in that vein, you could probably argue the same thing about all the Harry Potter movies because they all have a scene, at least a little bit set at Christmas, or most of them do.
They all are Christmas movies. That's why when I used to be a part of a Facebook Harry Potter group, during Christmas time, we would do marathons.
So, but then by that rationale, part of a movie, if you did a movie that was literally called My Year-Long Romantic Romance, and it covered a year of a romance, and it covered the spring, the summer, Easter, Christmas, Passover, Lent, all the major holidays, Hanukkah, whatever you like, and it was called My Year-Long 1-Year Romance, and therefore it featured, amongst other annual holidays, Christmas, then would it be a Christmas movie? Not really. So I found a flaw in the system.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway,
it's all about how you feel about it. Like if you love the movie so much, it's going to be a Christmas movie. But it's right. It doesn't take place.
So Blade Runner is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Like if you really love Blade Runner, well, you just have to find some Christmas themes. Like my favorite episode of Star Trek is Devil in the Dark. Has nothing to do with Christmas, but it does have to do with family. The family of the Horda, motherhood, and of course, being good to your neighbors, being the miners, being good neighbors with the Horda. So there you go, Christmas movie.
I guess
Christmas episode.
Zora in the back. That's a kind of Winter Wonderland. So that's kind of. I mean, he does shoot and kill her in the back, but it's kind of Christmassy. There's like fake snow and Blade Runner is a Christmas movie. I mean, the message is shoot your neighbors if they're fucking skin jobs, but still.
And let me just say in the chat, hello to Jim's Landscape LLC #1 Commodore Productions. It's good to Merry Christmas and good to see you. Well, thanks for coming in. I don't think I've seen you here before, Jim's Landscape.
Yeah,
Jim, he does landscapes.
I shared out the stream on my thing. Hello, Jim.
Shit,
really? Thanks, Jill.
Yeah, thanks, Jill.
And Wes Kagel's here. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Evening, friends. Stopping in to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, Wes Kagel. Merry Christmas to you too.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Wes Kagel.
I just got asked if I want to watch Die Hard. I don't know. Is it a Christmas movie?
Kind of.
Okay, then.
Oh, yeah,
only if you watch Back to the Future and Blade Runner first, you know the rules, pal. Sorry, what?
Hey, if you got to spend some family time, you could go do that.
Oh, he didn't mean now.
Oh, he meant later. Okay.
Don't make me spend time with my family, Jill.
I didn't know.
Divorce.
Well, you only divorced your wife. You're stuck with your son forever.
I can come and go as I please now. If there's no food on the table, I'm on YouTube.
You got that unconditional fatherly love there.
I'll tell you what. No, I'll tell you what. Like, because it's Christmas, I brought a board game. I was like, let's all pretend to play a board game at Christmas while we all fucking get our noses stuck into our phones. But I brought it along just to pretend.
Hello, what's that? What was that? A board
Maria.
game.
If you think Friedrich's too complicated, then
Possibly,
Maria, how you doing?
You should have picked a less complicated board game if you wanted people to play like
Ludo.
Oh.
Am I supposed to talk? Do you talk? Do I talk?
Like Risk or Monopoly.
Monopoly. Oh, they'll probably cheat.
Anyway. So yeah, like
I like
so
Risk.
anyway.
Anyway, oh sorry, it's your channel, isn't it? Sorry, yeah, right. Shut up, everyone. Dalek's talking.
So yeah, like I was saying, that like I've definitely got some stuff I want to do over the course of today and tomorrow. Got a couple of Christmas movies I want to watch. There's another new movie I've been meaning to check out. And what do you think about the? Okay, I gotta ask. This is probably one of my favorite Christmas movies, but what do you think about the Muppet Christmas Carol?
Absolutely adorable.
Does it have time travel?
It's charming. No time travel. I mean, there's a ghost of Christmas past, but it's not as if Scrooge can actually interact.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Ghost of Christmas Future. Hang on, is a Christmas Carol malleable timelines? Good question, Jill.
No, it's not because
it's not really.
Oh, the future's not. Hang on, I'm the Ghost of Christmas Future, and you've been very bad, Dalek, and everyone hates you. It's like, well, it's not malleable, motherfucker. You can't change it. I'm over a party.
It's not really time travel, is it?
It's more. Oh no, he's like chin balls all over again.
Not really time travel though. It's more of a vision.
Well, exactly. On the Ghost of Potential Christmas Future,
actual time travel because
hang on the Ghost of Christmas Future.
When did you showing Scrooge? All the
I
ghosts are
think
showing Scrooge
it
is a
has got
vision of his
Jill.
past. He's not
I
going
got to ask
actually.
Jill.
He's not going to the past and actually changing the past. So
Well, that's literally the meaning of the Christmas Carol. He goes to the past and gets Scrooge to change his ways. It's literally time travel.
The thing is, he can't interact with the past. Therefore, he is only a witness.
No.
But his present
he's
is the
only
Ghost of Christmas
witnessing the
Future's
past.
past. So the Ghost of Christmas Future's travel back to the present, which relative to the time traveler is traveling back to the past, thus creating a second timeline.
Is it though? Because it's only a potential future. Maybe this is only a potential future. You know what? Maybe there are multiple timelines, but it's just a potential future timeline.
It's Doctor Strange. I've seen 6,666 potential futures, but only one. Do you buy any fucking Christmas presents, you tight wanker Scrooge?
Yeah, well, and hello in the chat to Shooter 8323. Good to see you. The Christmas Carol movies are predictive futures, not malleable.
Yes, exactly.
Well, nothing is such thing as malleable. There's one thing we've established: if it's malleable, then back to the drawing board. You don't fuck.
But you've got to remember, Captain Infinity, that the Christmas Carol is more of a supernatural kind of movie. So
yeah, I like Star Trek.
Unlike Star Trek.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Is it on the Edge of Forever, or is the Guardian of Forever now a documentary?
So this is just what a projection of what the future could be, not what it is.
I mean, the ghost of Marley and the spirits of Christmas. Yeah, it is more supernatural than science fiction. That's kind of the point of it.
The future, if it's only a potential future, then you might as well be reading a tarot deck. I mean, everything is a potential. I could make up a potential future. If you're not careful, Dalek, you might get 10,000 subscribers. That is possible in the potential future. I have foreseen it.
So you're saying it's only a powerful story if the ghosts know for sure this is going to happen if Scrooge doesn't change his ways.
I like it's the topic that crosses the fourth wall. If I'm getting my palm read or my cards done, or anyone that claims to predict my future, then the first question I always ask is it the future or a potential future? If they're like, oh, it's a potential future, I'm like, I'll have your money back, please. Everything's a potential future. Yeah, the sun could blow up tomorrow. That's a potential future.
That's true. You've got an infinite amount of potentialities. You can get run over by a car tomorrow.
Right, exactly. So any prediction of a potential future is just another way of saying I just made some shit up.
That would ruin your Christmas.
What, making shit up?
No, getting run over.
No, you're right. Yeah, the angels had to have some clue into the real future.
Right. But then if it's unavoidable, then there's no point warning him. So
it's not
either way.
It's not unavoidable. He can change the way he is in order to cause a different future to be attainable.
Yeah, some charlatan with a tarot deck, isn't it?
Yeah. But a little more fun because
like a fortune
cookie. Theatrics.
Shooter 8323 says, I can predict if you're smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day, you're gonna die of lung cancer if you quit. And if you quit or reduce your habit, then the prediction changes. Right.
Tell that to Keith Richards and Jim Fix. Keith Richards, 15 packs of cigarettes a day and heroin sandwich for breakfast. Still alive. Jim Fix, jogger, no drinking, non-smoking. Went out jogging, died. Bill Hicks did a whole routine about him. So there goes that idea.
But there's that's true. That can happen sometimes when you overexert yourself. So exercise is good, but don't overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. You can never, because that's always the thing, isn't it? You need to.
You can get a heart attack from too much sex, especially if a husband comes home early.
You can balance this or balance that.
Allegedly.
It's all about trying to find a good enough balance for what works for
if you're out the fucking bedroom window hanging out on the fucking third floor, it is.
That's why you always have to have.
I left my pants on the dresser, dear. Well, you're going to have to. Captain.
Oh dear.
I know, right?
That's why there's there are websites even early in the internet that said it can predict when you're gonna die, and you input how much drinking and smoking you do and how much sleep you get and all these questions, and then it tells you when you're gonna die.
Damn.
Well,
like Minority Report.
Well, I'm happy to say I don't smoke at all, and I never have.
Only when you sit too close to the fire.
I do, but only on holidays and not cigarettes. I don't like cigarettes.
Uh-huh.
I'm absolutely, Jill. Cigarettes are just absolutely disgusting. I have no idea why they even exist at all.
That's another Bill Hicks classic. That's that second-hand smoke you're getting. The first-hand smoke, steak and potatoes.
Yeah, and that's another thing, isn't it? Cigarettes don't just hurt the person actually using them. They hurt those around them as well because the whole secondhand smoke thing. Exactly.
I got a carton of this. Your habit is killing your kids. I was like, fucking steady on. I'll wait till I get home.
Yeah,
it's a bit presumptuous.
Well, kind of. Well, okay, so in the house, maybe not, but
if you're hotboxing, it's bad for them.
Your children in the car, then
actually, do you know what? Normally, I'm into freedom, but I fully support that in New Zealand, it is illegal to smoke anything in a car that's got kids in it. Isn't that cool?
That sounds fair to me.
That would have been good for me because my grandma didn't adhere to that notion.
See, if you grow up in New Zealand in the future,
if you're not going to stop people smoking altogether, why not just stop them smoking around kids? That sounds fair to me.
Although the back of the cinema, remember the aeroplane back in the day, you could actually smoke on an aeroplane. Oh, it's a different time.
Well, you know what? I was wondering if maybe airplanes were healthier back when you could smoke in them because they had to do more filtering of the air.
Good point.
Now they don't have to.
Plus, you get those clever fuckers get a seat in non-smoking, get to the back to have a cigarette, and then go back to the clean air later. I was like, you cheeky bugger. This isn't a pub, sir. It's an aeroplane.
Oh, yeah. Addicts will find a way.
Yeah, never light up in the toilets. Yeah. You will not get away with it. I've seen that on the flight.
And Shitter8323 says, what if the Ghost of Christmas Future isn't making a prediction, but just trying to scare Scrooge into changing his ways? That's a good point.
That could be a story, because then Scrooge changes his ways, and he's doing a good deed, then he falls over and breaks his leg.
I mean, showing Scrooge how he dies. I mean, that would certainly be effective.
All I know is that I'm super happy that Charles Dickens wrote Christmas Carol, because then one day Patrick Stewart read it and put my children to sleep a couple hours ago.
Talking in long and broken sentences, moving from topic to topic. It was quite hypnotic.
Stewart has played Scrooge. He's actually played Scrooge on screen. There's an actual
I believe
Christmas Carol movie with him as Scrooge.
I've
seen it.
Well, I'm sure it's better than Picard.
There's no Scrooge in Picard.
Jim's Landscape has a great question for you, because I wish I would have asked this question before I let you on my Star Trek Enterprise panel, because apparently you watch all of Star Trek except for Enterprise.
That must be you, darling.
Me? What Star Trek series you watch? Oh, I'm not so. Well, I've been. Well, my favorite. Well, the series. My favorite Star Trek series is The Next Generation. I'll have no argument against that.
It's boring.
No, I like Next Generation too.
Look,
I
look,
will
say,
put TOS above
Growing the beard.
everything. Yeah,
look,
well,
say what you
got his
will
problem.
about the TNG cast these days. I still enjoy the Next Generation, and because that's because that was my first Star Trek series, so that's probably why I like it so much. And I've still never seen all of the original series, unfortunately. And I've never.
How
I've
many
seen
episodes are there in TOS?
79. 79 episodes.
Ah, so I'm in Club 82.
And what do you add aside from the original series?
It's TOS plus the first 3 movies. Anything after Star Trek 4, including, of course, Star Trek 4, I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, you break my heart, man.
I
do know why. But Star Trek 4 is my favorite, not only my favorite Star Trek movie, but my favorite movie of all time.
I agree about the cute moments and the guy with the radio, and there's so many, and the talking to the where's the microphone? But
I grew a kidney,
man.
I grew a kidney. Like, what inspires people to want to be better in terms of medical science than that scene?
Yeah, true. But they stole Wales from the timeline. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, they did. I did.
Edith Keeler died for nothing. I'll let it go. It's Christmas.
I have seen all of. It took me. I'll tell you this. It took. I liked The Next Generation and I liked Voyager for at least I used to.
Oh man, Claudia was asking for movies to Star Trek episodes to watch at Christmas, and City on the Edge of Forever. Nobody mentioned it.
No, why is it Christmassy? Is it Christmas at the time?
It's not. He was just looking for feel-good Star Trek episodes because
Bread and Circus. I was on that clubby show. I mean, in the chat.
Yeah, right. Bread and Circuses was the winner.
It's the Die Hard of Star Trek. It's a Christmas episode. It's literally about Christ.
Well, it's Christian in theory.
Well, this is where you get into it because Christmas isn't Christian, but they get right. I think they get into it more than the writers realise. The whole conflation between the sun god and the son of God, that did happen with the actual Romans. So it's kind of it's as much of a Christmas story as Die Hard. Yeah, well, I decided today on the Clobby Show, that's my third episode, my third favourite. That's my Holy Trinity. You know the other two, of course, but that's the third one. Bread and Circuses.
Okay, Shooter's right. And City is a great episode, but it's tragic, so it's not Christmassy.
It's unnecessarily tragic. She didn't have to die, especially after Star Trek 4. But Clobby's right. She could have been taken onto the spaceship. She didn't have to die. She just couldn't stay there because they needed to have World War II, which means Star Trek is pro-war. Anyway, lots to unpack. Did you know there's 2 versions of Floyd the Barber?
The World War II had to happen in order for the utopia of Star Trek to happen because humanity had to go through its stumbles in order to realize what it is to be
so Star Trek's pro-World War II, if not pro-war generally.
World War II. Well,
they murdered a hot brunette so a world war could happen just so they could have their precious fucking Starfleet.
What I remember,
barbarous bastards.
Wait, what year was? Wait a minute. What year was that episode set in again?
1930. Chill knows. 1930.
Actually, I don't remember.
1930.
But no, you're right. In the 30s.
1930.
Well,
doesn't know.
Obviously, it's before World War II.
Yeah, you can't prevent World War II after it started. No matter
They didn't stop. Yeah, they didn't stop by letting that woman live. They didn't stop the war itself. What they did.
That was the whole point. No, they started the war because Edith Keeler was the start of the hippie drumming circle.
They didn't start or stop the war. The war was going to happen anyway, but.
No, it wasn't the prevention of the prevention.
What happened was America didn't join the war, so Germany won it. That's
they were afraid that's what would happen because of Edith Keeler's drumming circle.
February 23rd, 1936.
There you go.
Oh, right.
Kind of the opposite of Back to the Future while being identical, because in Back to the Future, Marty's parents must meet because they had met. The continuity is maintenance of the timeline, but the difference is Marty's parents have to meet or Marty won't be born. But in the Star Trek, Edith Keeler has to die, otherwise Kirk won't be born. So the commonality is maintenance, but the difference is death as opposed to life. It's just that's all I got in terms of new revelations on this endless topic.
I don't think I'm gonna.
But that is new. Merry Christmas.
Right.
Merry Christmas. And so your favorite Star Trek is TNG. What is your favorite Next Generation character?
My favorite Star Trek series is definitely TNG. My second was Voyager for a while, but I think I've kind of fallen out of love with that a little bit.
Really? I'm so sorry. What happened?
And now I just I have seen all of Deep Space Nine as well, but I don't think I'll go back and rewatch that.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine is kind of the rebel of the real Star Trek universe, but it's still fun. It's still good, I think.
There's
some problems.
Anyway, basically about Voyager, what all that really happened was I just went back and looked through a lot of the episodes, and I thought, wow, so many of these are pointless.
But did you watch after season 4?
Well, sure I have. I've seen all of it. I've seen the whole series. Seen all 7 seasons.
Well, then you know what happens. 7 and 9 shows up and she takes over the show and it becomes
Doing.
I know about
Janeway
7 and 9. How could I not know about 7 and 9? And if you want a time travel debate, there it is. Voyager. That's
true, but what's the likelihood of anybody?
Dear God. Just the sheer amount of time travel shenanigans that happen in tomfoolery and shenanigans that happen in Voyager is off the scale. But Back to the Future's got nothing on Voyager.
So the thing is, in a universe in which we have a Star Trek universe in which malleable timelines are allowed, I like to pretend that Janeway finally did have to fess up to all of her temporal crimes and became a prisoner back in time in the TV series on Netflix called Orange is the New Black. Because she played a character on that show where she was.
There's a show. There's a show on Netflix that Kate Mulgrew is in.
Yeah, you didn't know this?
I didn't know that, and I have Netflix.
I thought you were chief secretary of the Kate Mulgrew fan club, darling.
Well, yeah.
No, Patty Mayonnaise is also on that show. I wouldn't
say that.
Did you watch Nickelodeon at all when you were a kid?
If you mean if you mean the like channel, Doug.
No, you don't know that. Okay, never mind.
No. Is that the name of a shovel?
Doug.
No, dude, you're around my age, but you didn't watch Nickelodeon. Never mind.
You mean the show, Doug?
The cartoon.
That wasn't Nickelodeon. That was Disney.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is Nickelodeon created Doug? Disney bought it later.
Are you kidding? What? I didn't know
Come on,
that.
Dahl. Next you'll be saying Disney invented Star Wars.
Look, okay, Jill. If you're asking me,
it's okay. You don't have.
Are you asking me? Did I watch the Nickelodeon channel as a kid? because if you're asking me that, no. Sadly,
okay.
no, we didn't have.
That's good to know. What
was
the kids channel for kids in the UK?
But I did watch Nickelodeon. I did watch some Nickelodeon cartoons as a kid.
Oh, okay, cool. Which ones?
Are you sure Doug was Nickelodeon?
1,000,000%. I was 7 years old the day that Doug came into existence. And I was like, dude, this kid, he's a boy and he's not afraid to have a diary.
I've always known it as a Disney show.
But of course, he calls it a journal to keep it, gendered appropriately.
Anyway, the Nickelodeon stuff I saw. I did watch some Nickelodeon cartoons as a kid.
Which one?
I probably watched more Disney stuff than Nickelodeon, but I did see some Nickelodeon shows. What?
But which one? Which Nickelodeon shows did you watch?
Oh, there's a couple. Rugrats, one.
Rugrats is incredible. I think it's basically, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but it feels like Tommy is like the doctor, because he's got the screwdriver that he uses to get out of everything.
He does, yeah. You're right.
And he's the leader and stuff. I don't know.
That's true. Tommy was
Is that the main
criteria
for becoming a Time Lord, owning a screwdriver? Because if so, my local hardware store is full of fucking Time Lords from Gallifrey.
And also,
you also have to be a leader of the group that you're a part of.
Another show.
But you're a leader also.
Another show I watched, I used to watch, was Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
That show's awesome. I love that. Yeah, that's how I learned everything I knew about New York.
Anyway, look, I didn't,
when I was a child.
Like I said, I didn't have access to the Nickelodeon channel as a kid, but the next we had to deal with the next best thing. We had CITV on in the afternoon.
That's what I was trying to ask. What's on CITV?
Sadly, CITV no longer exists. It shut down recently. But
this is so sad.
And before I go on, I need to. We've actually got another guest just popped in. Tiger Stripes.
Merry Christmas Eve, everybody.
Merry
Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's nice to see you too. Hey, Dalek.
You were over on Jedi Bill's karaoke stream before, weren't you?
I was, but I'm blowing out my voice trying to sing too high.
Oh, that sounds really good, because your voice is so
good.
By
Prince.
I wish.
So you came here to rest it.
I checked my subs before I was about to, check out, and I thought, oh look, Dalek's having a Christmas party. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's why I got excited too.
Yes, and there's 2 Daleks here, which is pretty hilarious. It's a Dalek party.
The doctor.
So anyway, you asked me what used to be on CITV, Jill. Well, like I said, it was this kids program. It wasn't a channel. It was a kids segment that was on in the afternoon after school, it was on the main ITV channel, and over here because back then that's all we had. We only had 5 TV channels, 6 if we were lucky. But yeah, CITV was on. That's actually children's ITV, and we had lots. And on that we had lots of. I was introduced to a lot of American stuff, because we had, as well as plenty of British. Well, it was a mix of British shows and American stuff, and a lot of stuff that we had there was a lot of stuff from Disney, a lot of stuff from there was some stuff from Nickelodeon, and probably some stuff from Cartoon Network as well. Yeah.
Oh, that explains why you get it all mixed together like that. Totally forgiven now. I get it.
CITV, the C is for children. Is that
the C? Yeah, the C is for children.
Ah.
I just remembered. Rugrats wasn't on CITV. Rugrats was on CBBC.
But it was canceled, so the children don't get a channel anymore.
Yeah, well, it was like I said. It started out as just a kids segment on afternoon TV for kids, and then it later it got its own designated channel, which ran all day.
That was
did it become JD ITV, Juvenile Delinquent ITV?
The thing is, my favorite tradition is I grew up watching Rugrats too, so every year during Hanukkah, I will play the Rugrats Hanukkah episode, and also during Passover, because the Passover episode is better. But I'll play them both because I'm not Jewish, but I want my kids to know what these holidays are. And these are really simple episodes to say, hey, look at these. Like, they're the only things that I can think of to introduce.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that and Adam Sandler's The Hanukkah Song. That's it. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of pop culture.
Was Tommy's other grandpa Jewish?
Oh, plus you got South Park with Cut It's Lonely being a Jew at Christmas.
Yeah, it's the other grandpa. It's on the mom's side.
Yeah, his mother's dad that was Jewish. I'm guessing was Jewish. He sounds Jewish. He's got that. If that's not stereotype,
it's a classic. Yeah, but it's not.
And you can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, both Jewish. I believe that's a lyric.
Oh, but song. Also Adam Sandler did a movie called he did a movie called 8 Crazy Nights.
What's
Yes,
something about a dreidel in there?
I still haven't seen that. I'd like to see that.
It's okay.
Right.
and the infamous lyric, O.J. Simpson, not a Jew.
Very proud of that.
Fit, you must acquit. Whoops.
I need to look at the chat here. Let's see.
Nothing without the chat, you know that.
Shooter 8323 has been busy. Although I'm not sure if
he's really talking about his childhood cartoons. Although Ren and Stimpy was never really for children. It disturbs me that they were watching it. I know they were.
Yeah.
That show was not for children.
It was not for children, but I watched the heck out of it. I would
so good.
Record it on my VHS tapes.
Of course.
I didn't ask my mom for anything except blank VHS tapes to record.
I remember. I was a zapper, not a zipper. I was really technically serious about cutting commercials and but still recording the lead-ins for the commercials. We'll be back to Buffy after this message. I mean, the whole thing. Yeah, I was. I was very accurate about my VCR recording.
Honestly, I should have kept the commercials because retrospectively the commercials are kind of cool.
I might have missed out on something by not doing that.
That's how it was.
I recorded the commercials and forgot the programs.
You always said, that's what it was. That was the thing, wasn't it? It always said like, we'll be right back after these messages and things like that. Right? Oh, we didn't. Well, we didn't have that here in the
back
UK.
in the late '60s, early '70s. There'd be jingles, for that. There was one famously for not, I think, the original Monkees, but the repeat of the Monkees on Saturday morning, and it was after these messages, we'll be right back.
Right.
So, yeah.
After these messages.
Yeah. Mickey Dolenz
still had jingles.
Yeah,
remember that
again,
growing up in
yeah,
Florida.
we didn't
Not
really
messages,
have
they're
that.
fucking adverts. I
We
didn't say
didn't
fucking
have
till I
that
was
in
a
the.
kid,
We
but
didn't have that over here.
not in Jolly Blighty. We didn't. No, take me back to England, mother. These aren't messages. The televisions are lying to us. Oh, you'll get used to it, dear.
I mean, we had ads, sure, but we didn't have the
They're
same
not
like
messages.
that
Messages
message.
about these products and services that your parents might want to buy you if you nag them enough. Now,
You
take this
didn't
email
have
and buy
bumpers?
it.
If you didn't have bumpers to the commercials, how did you know when to dash back to your TV?
Yes. Yeah, bumpers are important. That's a good word, bumpers. I love that.
Yeah,
and then I can
bumper,
remember
bumper.
I can remember that phase in the I think it was the early 90s where when the commercials for children's cartoons came on, there'd be like a flashing message that said, "Hey kids, this is advertising." I mean, they wouldn't say it, but it'd be flashing in letters before the commercial.
No, that is important because
Very
before the age
surreal.
of 7, a kid doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction.
I get it, but
have you
it's
seen
still
YouTube?
surreal.
A lot of grown-ups don't either.
Did I wait. Oh, did I forget to mention we're not just live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch as well.
What?
Ooh,
I'm
twitchy.
leaving.
Although
You got something against Twitch?
Although I don't think no one's watching on Twitch, unfortunately, but that's all right.
I live stream on Twitch too. Nobody watches me there either. Because I'm not trying to build a community over there. I'm building a community here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm vaguely impressed by Twitch. That is, like 2 years ago, there was just nothing going on, and then they went public, and I considered buying stock or whatever one does. I really thought about it, and I'm like, well, no, it's a mess. And then I went back like 6 months later, and it was completely formatted like YouTube, so much more together than it had been. I'm like, oh wow, I think I missed my boat. But
yeah.
Some wag was saying that like I think it was when Elon bought Twitter and everybody was buzzing about that, and somebody said, you realize that if you had invested $500 in Twitter when it first started, today you would have $500.
Yeah, the ghost of investment past. Captain, when you bought that first iPod, if you invested it in Apple shares, you'd be a billionaire.
Dude, I feel like an idiot. I knew about Bitcoin when it was at 13 cents. All I had to do was invest like $200 and I'd have millions of dollars right now.
Would you really? I just don't understand Bitcoin at all. I really don't. I do know that there's been very few times that I've ever had an urge to invest in something, and the few times, I can count them on one hand with fingers to spare. But one of them was Apple.
Get all that.
And I don't know. That's a regret.
All this investment stuff goes over my head. I don't understand.
Me too. Oh, ditto.
I can barely understand earning money the old-fashioned way. I do stuff and people pay me. I don't get it, but the idiots keep doing it.
This costs this and this costs this and this costs that. That's all I know.
That's about 50% of it, and the other 40% is if you can save 10% of everything you make, you're so far ahead of everybody else it's not even funny. So there's that. That's it. That's all I know. Dun, 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 dun.
So anyway, as I was saying about kids TV over here when I was a kid, there were basically two main afternoon programming slots for if that's what I can call them for after school. There was CBBC and there was obviously on the BBC, and then there was CITV on ITV, and they each basically showed different slightly different things. It was the same basic thing, but it was I think ITV had a lot more American stuff, and CBBC had more homemade stuff.
Is that the one that persists today?
Kind of, yeah. The CITV has shut down, but CBBC is still going for the moment. because I think there's going to be like a thing where they're going to shut that down too eventually.
I've been patient, but Wes Cagle brought up one of my favorite things as a '90s kid. I realize it's much older, but it still persisted. It still persisted into the '90s. Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, it's much older. Much older. Mm-hmm. Joe Raposo, I think, was the composer for a lot of those, who also composed a lot of songs for Sesame Street.
Oh, for real? Sesame Street?
Yeah, wonderful stuff.
I didn't know that connection, because those two things were so fun to me. Like, I would watch Sesame Street long after I learned how to read, just because the songs were so cool.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock, it's the only way I know the preamble to the Constitution. Absolutely the only way I'm able to remember that.
That and the Omega Glorious Star Trek. But yes, that works for me too.
Sexist pigs in
what about Star Trek?
Oh, the preamble is also in Star Trek in the episode The Omega Glorian, which
Gaza.
It's you know it. It's the one where the planet just spontaneously has the Constitution.
I can't believe I know that. Oh, that's crazy.
The BBC is evil. Yes, Wes Cagle, I know.
You know what? Wes Cagle, the BBC is evil, because one of my favorite people in all of the world is David Attenborough, and I love him to death, but I cannot play any of his clips ever. I play 5 seconds of him talking, and I get a claim. I can't even enjoy him on my channel.
It's probably one of the gorillas. They're very jealous.
Those bar stools. That's so wrong.
I know, they're worse than everybody else. I agree.
I know what you mean. I love David Attenborough. He's he's an absolute legend, especially with the sheer amount of documentaries programs he's done. I mean, have you seen any of the Planet Earth series? They are breathtaking.
I have
that, the Planet Earth.
Oh no,
series?
Of course I've heard of them, but this is where I admit to being a total Philistine and say no, I actually haven't seen any, because I think they were cable, and I've never had cable.
I reached out to listen to all of David Attenborough because of the way that he engages with nature. It's so amazing. There's this one bit where he kind of trolls this lizard because he knows that this lizard is going to respond to a certain way to the reflection of the lizard scene to another lizard. Yeah, I know. I mean, he's not being mean to the lizard. It's just to show what the mirror test
little
is
non-existent
about.
Ears when it hears the tone that we can't hear or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, because it thinks that it sees another lizard in the mirror. It fails the mirror test. But just the way that he's very gentle.
Don't we all fail the mirror test the first time?
Another Dalek in the mirror. Exterminate!
Yeah, exactly. Well, someone passes the mirror test if they don't think that they see another of themselves in the mirror.
But don't we all fail the mirror test the very first time?
Yes.
If I walk past the mirror now, I just go, what are you doing?
I think it's about 2 years old where we pass.
And then you get object permanence, hopefully. Or not. Don't say what's object permanence.
So what's everybody want for Christmas?
I know what that is. I had a baby. Anybody with a baby knows what object permanence is.
That's what we for.
It's where where your mama has left the room, but she still exists.
Oh,
that's key.
Say that again.
Well, for a baby, a baby will cry when when the mommy leaves because they think that the mom is gone forever. But when they understand object permanence, they realize if the mom leaves, she will come back.
Object permanence.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's fascinating. I've never heard that expression before.
It's a great one to drop into conversation.
That's because Jill's a mother. She's hip to all this stuff. That's very cool. See, because I like have that. Okay, like here's my deal. If I'm with a friend or a group of friends and we go to a theme park, so we'll say we're at Disneyland, and all of a sudden I lose sight of them, I really get anxious. I don't think they've dropped out of existence, but I get genuine anxiety if I can't see them. So that's kind of the same thing, ain't it?
Well, yeah, I had that because we split up shopping duties at the grocery store, and I know my family is still out there, but it's like, where do they go? That's where the communication via the phone helps a lot. To say, hey, you're still...
a boon. That's one of the things the phone's good for. I was one of the last people to get a cell phone. I mean, the last people.
Is someone doing some Christmas wrapping?
I am. I need to mute my.
No, it's okay.
I need to mute
no,
my
you
mic.
don't. No, you don't. This is the Christmas Eve stream, and I think it is lovely.
You're doing Christmas Eve.
We might have to call you the waitress.
Christmas present wrapping live on a Christmas Eve stream. It's fine, Jill.
That's what the kids call ASMR, right?
Sorry about that.
It's the ASMR.
The sounds of Christmas.
Yeah, it's sound of Christmas.
The tape being ripped,
why not?
The paper
and
being
then the
folded.
ASMR itself really has. Have you ever looked that up?
No, tell me.
Oh. There's a lot of people who do ASMR videos on YouTube where they just make sounds, and the whole point of the sounds is to get that pillatory response where you get the goose flesh. But that's called ASMR, and the ASMR actually stand for something: audio stimulatory something response.
Something.
But yeah, like the kids are all really heavily into that. Isn't that bizarre?
It is, kind of. I don't get it. All I know is when I saw an ASMR video, it's just someone talking so softly that I can't even hear them. And honestly, it infuriates me. I don't get calmed by it.
I think it's what the young people do instead of like having sex or something. They just get into these, pillatory.
Well, I don't mind.
To get into the goose flesh. I mean,
whatever keeps them away from being getting into debauchery. I guess that's a good thing.
I concur. Really, yes. That's a good point.
Spoken like a parent.
Uh-oh.
And with that, she's gone. Uh-oh. Technical
problem.
She has dropped
I'm sure she'll be right back.
Oh dear.
And I don't want to dominate your live stream, Dalek. I don't want to interrupt you if you have, if you're trying to steer the conversation in a particular direction.
Jill's back. What happened, Jill?
She's back. She did drop out.
Merry Christmas, as Frosty the Snowman would say.
Oh no, actually, Frosty the Snowman says, "Happy birthday."
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Frosty the Snowman. I'm vaguely aware of that, but I've never.
You're not missing a lot. It is a Rankin Bass cartoon, and Rankin Bass, of course, were really at their peak doing stop motion animation. So when they're doing a cartoon, it's not quite as good. But they did have Jackie Mason doing the voice of Frosty, and he was a wonderful comedian in his time. He was one of the big guys, and I love those guys.
I love stop motion animation.
Oh boy, really? Yes. Big points. Big fan.
Yeah, that's one of the things I kind of grew up with. Stuff like. There was this. When I was a kid, there was obviously Wallace and Gromit. There was. I watched
Cracking Toast, Gromit.
Then I had Chicken Run as a kid, and even before that there was this little had this video of this little. I doubt you've heard of this little character. A little claymation character called Morph.
Morph and Chaz.
No, but Morph. I need to know. I love the idea of it.
You've never heard it. If you've never heard, I don't. Basically, I think Morph was like the first. I think it's like the first ever character that Aardman Aardman or Nick Park ever did before he did Wallace and Gromit. And
Morg or Morph?
Morph,
as in Pylomorph. He was a malleable piece of plasticine.
Yeah,
unlike a timeline.
MORPH, Morph.
I want to make sure that we don't miss saying goodnight to Shooter 8323. He says, I'm going to say goodnight.
Good night,
he's on his way out? Okay.
Good night.
Night. Shooter's on his way out.
Merry Christmas.
Shooter's shooting off.
I'm going to say
real
goodnight
people
to Merry Christmas.
in IRL.
Okay. All right. Good night. Okay, Shooter. Good night. Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming in.
Shit, real people almost forgot. I've got to let them out. Can you guys bring that, okay?
Oh, it was so good. I had some good time with real people today. Saw my grandpa.
And don't worry, Tiger Stripe. Wes Kickle says, can't have a Christmas Eve stream without hearing Christmas present wrapping.
Thank you. That's nice. And you saw your grandpa today, Jill, eh?
Yeah, I did. And it's
lovely.
an amazing it was an amazing time because I got to actually hear him talk. And because his wife usually takes over the conversation, but this time, for whatever reason, she stepped back and I got to hear him just say so many cool things. And I didn't even know that my grandpa has a brother who was in World War II who ended up in a prisoner of war camp.
Wow.
Who was not treated very well by the Germans.
No, they did not treat them well, no. It wasn't no Hogan's Heroes.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't pleasant. But it's really cool. If you have the chance to hang out with family this Christmas, I definitely recommend it.
That sounds really lovely. So he talked about his brother and his brother coming back from war and...
Well, and he didn't really say much because, a lot of soldiers don't like to talk about their experiences. But the family did research to find out all of the things about it.
That's kind of reminded me of like mentioning grandparents, Jill. That's kind of reminded me of like not this Christmas, but Christmas last year was it was my first one without any of my grandparents coming to visit because I don't have any grandparents anymore. They've all passed away after my grandmother passed away earlier in it was around it was very early last year when I think it was like January when early January she passed. Yeah,
especially the first time that you have to go through it.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Dalek. I realize we're around the age where we do start losing our grandparents, and I still have almost all of them except for my grandpa on my mom's side.
I'm very impressed
because
one of your grandfather's brother was in World War II. There aren't that many World War II veterans left.
Yeah, right, exactly. And just the thing. Well, my family is pretty long lived, so we lived.
They must be. That's remarkable.
Age 80 to, I guess my grandpa was telling me he had people in his family live to 105.
Wow, that's incredible. I always used to think I would like to live to be 200 until 200, and then have myself cloned, and then she could be my heir. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I think 300 would be my golden age. Well, there you go. You just need to find an android body to
transfer your
consciousness
into.
Well, I think that brought down the mood a little bit, didn't it?
Well, that's all right. It's
that's part of Christmas, exactly.
Yes,
Circle of life.
Victorians had a tradition of ghost stories at Christmas time. That's why Dickens wrote all of them.
Yeah, and it's exactly that is the whole point of Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my favorite Christmas movies is called The Family Stone, and it's almost 20 years old now, but it still feels extremely contemporary. It's just the big boisterous American East Coast family getting together, and they're super political and they argue, and there's also a lot of just ridiculous mayhem that's funny. Boffo cast, but there's also, I mean, really the whole the main. Yes, I did say Boffo. The main focus of the story really is sort of about how often, even in happy times, there's sadness, but then even in sadness, you can find joy and peace. And that's part of the movie as well, which is why I kind of love it.
Yeah, exactly. There's always going to be sadness and pain in life, and apparently it gets worse the older you get.
Boy, does it, let me tell you.
I would say it gets worse. I think you get both extremes. It doesn't just gets worse, it gets better and worse. Maybe that's just me.
Does it get better? Really?
You tell me. You actually have
I can't believe all the crap I wasted my thinking. Yeah, youth is wasted on the young. You get a much better idea of what's important and what isn't. I'm sure I will sooner or later. And yeah, no, totally. I can't believe the amount of crap I used to waste my time on when I was younger.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah. Look how amazingly wise I am.
It's all the abuse that one sustains and puts up with when you're younger. It's
right.
Like, now I'm much too old to deal with that rubbish.
I'm going to start dishing it out. Exactly.
Well, I don't know about that.
We don't have to go that far.
I guess a little bit, yeah.
and wow, it just hit, and wow, it just hit me what the time is. The stream's been going for over an hour now, and it's actually quarter to 8 in the morning where I am, and outside it's still dark.
I love that. I love that about the winter. I like winter. I'm a big winter
That's what
fan.
Christmas is about, Dalek. On the 24th, the days start getting longer. That's the whole. Have you seen Bread and Circuses? It's the death of the winter. The days are going to get longer. That's literally what Christmas is, amongst other things.
Amongst other things.
It wasn't the wind. Yeah, because I'm looking. Was the winter solstice yesterday?
Well, that's I was doing a fact
20...
check on Teague earlier. People say the shortest day is the 21st, but it's very important to note it's the 21st through the 23rd. That's why Christmas is on the 24th, because that's when the solstice is over and the days get longer. The return of the sun. Yeah.
I see. I didn't know that.
If you really know this topic, check out my forthcoming book on the calendar called Calendar.
The solstice was the 22nd, and then more and more lately they're saying, oh, it's the 21st, happy solstice. And all this time, I really thought it was the 22nd. But
it's really misunderstood, because to the second, it's actually for 3 days, it stays exactly the same amount of daylight. Not that I've got the technology myself to measure it to the nanosecond, but that's to the best of my understanding. Yeah, it's for 3 days. So it starts on the 21st, but that explains, that ties into Christmas, because that means they start getting longer on the 24th, which is Christmas, at least in Eastern Europe.
Where's Jill gone? She's
dropped out.
She's away.
Oh, she might have gone to get a drink, or gone to lose a drink, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What's a drink?
And West Kickle said it's 2:45 here in the U.S. East Coast. Yeah,
true story.
Because the U.S. is like 5. Yeah, it's 5 hours ahead.
Behind London.
Behind. 5 hours behind here.
Correct.
I'd have to look it up, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is. It's always 5, except when it isn't.
I'm not clever that way.
Yeah, it's 2:45 Scotty time, and Dalek time it's just coming up for 10 to 8 in the AM.
Yep, it's almost 10 to 8 here.
Over here it's summer.
That's nice. Is your mum making anything special for Christmas Eve breakfast?
For Christmas Eve, I don't know. I mean, I mean, she might. I mean, I was actually trying to say this earlier, and it's yes, today's Christmas Eve, but it's also a Sunday. It's on a Sunday, and Sunday is the busiest day of the week in this house, because Sunday is wash day. So
wash day today. Nothing clean, right?
So I'm guessing. So I'm guessing for me, most of today won't feel that Christmassy because I gotta deal with my because every Sunday is pretty much the same here. That we gotta get the washing done, and then there's radios.
But today's Saturday.
No, it's Saturday for you. No, it's Sunday.
Is it Sunday already in England? Surely today's Saturday. Am I wrong?
Depends from a certain point of view.
Dang. Oh, you're right. It is Sunday. I'll be done.
Yes, it's Sunday.
Yeah, it's because I didn't get up and watch cartoons this morning. And I've also been very busy. No, I should have known it was Saturday because I've been singing all night. What an idiot. Don't agree. Don't agree. Don't you dare. I'm making little farty laughing sounds. I hear you.
That's another thing that's been lost. Saturday morning cartoons. That's not a thing.
Yeah, I know. Heartbreaking.
It just isn't a thing anymore.
Do you have a DVD player?
I get that, but it's not the same as just going and turning them on. We have a retro station nationally called Me TV, and they are showing cartoons again on Saturday morning. Of course, they're old cartoons; they're not new cartoons, but it's better than nothing.
Good. I'd say that's very good.
Yeah, but it's still
better.
It's not what it was in my day. It was just nuts. I mean, we had whole television shows based on characters on cereal boxes. I mean, it was just insane. It was just insane. You know, sadly, Captain Crunch did not get his own show, but he should have.
You're right.
Yes.
Crunch was robbed.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, anyway,
but the commercials were the commercials were brilliant because they were the same team that made Rocky and Bullwinkle, so they were really good commercials for Captain Crunch.
So that's about. Anyway, I'd say that's about better than what we get over here because we have a couple of channels which rerun old stuff, but none of them rerun old kids stuff at all because none of them rerun old cartoons.
Yeah, we have some local channels, some retro channels that are actually running the old, what is it, Jerry, what's his name, the Puppetmation, Fireball XL5 and
Jerry Anderson.
Yeah, Jerry Anderson shows.
I thought it was going to go with Seinfeld.
But they come on excruciatingly early. But it's nice to know they're there.
That's great.
Yeah,
we showed the old Jerry Anderson stuff, like I guess like Thunderbirds and
Captain Scarlet, he's invincible, so there's no dramatic tension.
Indestructible Captain Scarlet.
Wow. Yeah, if you've never seen the Peter Cook and Dudley Moore sketch Super Thunder Sting Car Argo, it's just worth you gotta go. You gotta go see. It's on YouTube. God, it's just the best thing
do you like
ever.
a bit of Cook and Moore?
I love Cook and Moore too.
Do you like Cook and Moore when they're being very, very naughty as Derek and Clive?
I would love them no matter what they did. Truly,
check out Derek and Clive, but if you get shocked, don't blame me.
I don't believe I will be shocked.
Okay,
I went to see, they kind of had a run of their greatest hits and called Good Evening. And I was lucky. I was lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time to go see that. And I made my way backstage afterward, and I kissed Peter Cook on the nose.
No!
I asked him first. I was very polite. I said, "May I kiss you on the nose?" And he was sitting, in his chair, taking his makeup off, and he just said very, very solemnly, "Yes." And so I did. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I think there was. Now that I think about it, that's
the connoisseur's choice. That is the comedian.
There was a channel. There was a satellite channel here, which did show used to show lots of old cartoons, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to show that old stuff anymore. But they used to show loads of like really old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. It was called Boomerang.
Oh, neat! Very neat. I think I've heard of that. Oh, and by the way, thank you for turning me on to Morph. I have subscribed to Aardman Animations, which I should have been already. So it's
brilliant!
Great,
yes,
great.
I'm going to watch all the Morph.
I hope you enjoy Morph because that's a really fun little miniature little fun little episodes of these funny claymation characters, Morph and Chaz and Grand Morph and it's this great little cast of characters.
It looks fun. It looks good.
Yeah, it is.
It's genuine claymation. You can
it is. Yeah.
You can see the thumbprints on the figures. It's interesting.
And one thing that Morph is best known for is actually doing what, as his name says, morphing into different things, different shapes.
Of course.
Wav twoo wav. Pretty good.
So yeah, I hope you enjoy those Tiger Stripes.
I'm sure I will.
Those old Morph shorts.
Yeah. I've got everything ribboned. Everything's wrapped and ribboned. Now I just have to do
tied up in a little bow like a plot.
I had everything wrapped. I forgot my ribbon. Nothing.
Jill, welcome back.
You still have time. There's still time.
It's true. I could go get some ribbon.
You could.
And paper towels. I'm out of paper towels here.
Better now than in 24 hours.
Yeah, it'll be anybody trying to shop on Christmas Day is in for a nightmare.
Well, I often wrap on Christmas Eve into the wee hours. So for me, this is kind of a big deal that I'm this much ahead of the curve.
I cannot lie. I have no alibi. Wrap into the wee hours.
Wes Kickle says, but Boomerang was a great channel, but it's defunct now.
Okay, you should come back.
What happened to Boomerang? I thought it was still going.
It'll come back.
It's still. There is a. I don't know if wait,
that's an Australian joke. That is.
Was Boomerang a channel in the States, or was that just here?
Yeah,
it sounds like it was cable. Yes.
Here's the idea for Boomerang. Cartoon Network was so cool that it had 24/7 cartoons of all sorts of classic cartoons and everything, and then it started showing Adult Swim and all this other stuff, and so then all the old classic stuff that Cartoon Network used to show, they pushed off into Boomerang, a channel called Boomerang.
That's true. Yeah, I thought Boomerang was like a.
But yeah, Cartoon Network is defunct, right? It's out of business.
Cartoon Network too.
This is. Yeah, I think it went under just like within the last year or two.
I
read about it somewhere.
I was a kid when I first learned about Cartoon Network. I was eating some Whataburger, which is a Texas cheeseburger establishment. And I was just like, what? A cartoon channel that plays cartoons 24/7 a day? What is this holy heaven that I have come across?
Yes, the magic.
And now?
I don't know about... I don't know about you. I don't know about where you are, but over here at least there is still a Cartoon Network channel and a Boomerang channel.
Wow.
But
that's so unfair.
But unfortunately, the Cartoon Network over here, it doesn't. Actually, there's actually a streaming service over here called Now, which is owned by Sky, and if you pay for membership to that, you can actually watch Cartoon Network and Boomerang.
I could be wrong. I don't have cable. It's just something I read that everybody was bemoaning that Cartoon Network had gone under. But I could be wrong.
No, about that. I don't have cable either, so you were the source of my information.
I think the Cartoon Network studio got shut down, but I think
that's
no
new content.
In some form, the channel still exists.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Wes Cagle says Cartoon Network is still on.
Well, it sounds like he knows.
Well,
Jim's like, anyone like puppy videos? I got 3 pushy shorts.
These days, unfortunately, there is still a Cartoon Network channel and a Boomerang channel here, at least. But unfortunately, all the stuff they show these days, they don't show any older stuff. They only show like newer stuff, mostly Teen Titans Go and all that's other new.
Yeah, that's
new
the weirdest
stuff.
thing.
And as for Boomerang, they just show Scooby Doo all the time.
Yeah, Scooby Doo was only good the first season, really. That's the sad part about Scooby Doo.
Yeah, when I was a kid, Scooby Doo was the cartoon I watched only if there was nothing else to watch at all.
I don't know. I like Scooby Doo.
I loved the first season. It was all over for me once Scrappy appeared.
Oh God, that's a nightmare.
He is a nightmare. He's nightmare fuel. He's got a giant head. It's terrifying.
He's the Wesley Crusher of the Scooby-Doo universe.
Completely.
Shut up, Scrappy.
Only even worse because it was a good show and then he came along and ruined it.
Did they ever say who Scrappy's mom was?
Velma?
Sense of it. So like it's oh yeah, they showed that a lot as well.
Boomerang died in 2004. Yeah, that's how much I stopped paying attention to cartoons when I grew up.
That's probably when you started having babies. Oh, no, you were probably too young then.
2004 is when I started going to college.
Cartoons to babies.
I graduated high school and I went to college.
Boomerang was a Cartoon Network spin-off, right? Cartoon Network is still on. Boomerang went off the air in 2004. Really? Wow. Because again, I think that's the case. That might be the case where you are, but here there still is a Boomerang channel.
That is so unfair.
It's
like Canada still having a Toys R Us when we can't. It's so wrong.
It's awful. We deserve Toys R Us.
We deserve Toys R Us. We deserve Toys R Us.
I've actually got the Now service up on next to me, and one of the channels is Cartoon Network and Boomerang, and there's also I get Nickelodeon up for this as well.
Wes Cagle says Scrappy Doo is Scooby's nephew, not his son. You know what? It's been so long since I watched that show. Thank you.
Isn't that obvious? The way Scrappy always called him Uncle Scooby. And honestly, I don't see what everyone's so. I don't entirely see why everyone hated Scrappy so much. At least not in the cartoons.
You have a very generous and loving nature, Dalek.
Dad, and he's 5 years
older. Look, I'm sorry. Honestly,
Might be something too.
I didn't mind Scrappy that much.
He's worse than frickin' Neelix.
You know what? I gotta ask my brother. My brother is Dalek's age, and I want to know his opinion on Scrappy Doo.
But this is your house, and if you like Scrappy, then all right then.
Well, I wouldn't say Scrappy was a favorite character.
You wouldn't say you like him. You just say he's not hateable.
I didn't mind him as such. I didn't think you. I didn't.
You tolerated him.
Maybe he was
definitely
a little,
hit the gym.
Maybe he was a little annoying at times, but I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, but if everyone, but this absolute universal hatred of him, I just don't get it.
Hadn't given the matter that much thought since about 1979, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I vaguely remember that there was something really irritating about his voice, and that he just sort of seemed to interject himself into everything when I just wanted him to shut up. But other than that, I don't remember much about my loathing of Scrappy Doo. Just that he just ruined the show for me. I couldn't watch it after that. Just boom. I was done.
All right.
I know.
Well, he didn't keep. Just because. Just because they didn't keep him for long.
And he had a giant. No, I think he was in the rest of the show. He really dominated that show.
He did.
He ate the others.
Well, I think Scrappy. He was only in it for a few series and they disappeared. I think.
Oh, it's too macabre. I'm not going to go there.
Like that goober from Futurama. What's that little creature called?
Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
It is Christmas.
Oh, the little creature that ate dark matter.
So yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That guy.
I mean, never mind Scrappy.
That's a really good memory, Jill. Good for you.
It's Nibbler.
Nibbler.
Well,
and Nibbler is adorable. He's like on par with Baby Yoda. He's darling.
Nibbler.
He actually poops rocket fuel, right?
From Futurama. Yeah. That Nibbler.
Yeah, that Nibbler.
Oh, he poops dark matter.
But doesn't it serve as rocket fuel? Isn't it perfectly round and just perfect to drop into the chute to use as rocket fuel?
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
Yeah,
like giant blobs of space caviar.
Look, it's Tony.
Hey, Tony, Starkavine. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my God.
Tony.
Hi, Tony. Hey, Merry Christmas, Stark of Iron.
I never heard Jill fangirl out like that.
I just like seeing people on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm, it's Christmas Eve.
Not a criticism, merely an observation. That's brilliant. It's great to hear.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
That's how I'm like when I hear Dalek.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Everybody's welcome.
Ho ho ho!
Yay!
Anyway,
Nibbler.
All right, Nibbler. He acts like he's dumb, but he's really brilliant.
He has a little antenna on his head, but he has the right number of eyes, right? He's got the 2 eyes. Yes, and he wears a little diaper, as I recall, with maybe a giant safety pin in front. And he's black, which is
right. That's part of his dumb persona.
Yes.
Like the dark matter that he poops out.
The diaper is his dumb
or like
persona.
Daffy Duck or Mickey Mouse. They're all black.
What? No, he's not. Oh, Daffy Duck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unlike Elmer Fudd, who isn't. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting replicants.
Basically, as a kid, my parents never got, we never got anything like satellite or cable or anything like that. We just had the basic TV, and so whatever. So I mean, and it was the longest time before we got the internet at all. So all I had was whatever was on the regular on CBBC on the CBBC slot in the or CITV slot in the afternoon, whichever one I preferred to watch that day. And it was the same thing on Saturday, not just in the afternoons, but on Saturday mornings as well, because they do these Saturday morning kids show segments and they would do some funny wacky stuff, and then they'd show some cartoons during all that, and that's where I watched all got into the watched my Nickelodeon stuff, or watched my Disney stuff, or things like that, and I also watched some British stuff as well, of course, like and on CITV, on CITV, the biggest thing wasn't anything American. It was the biggest thing on CITV was a little yellow teddy bear called Sooty.
Sooty and Sweep.
Yeah, Sooty and Sweep.
And Sue.
Sooty, Sweep, and Sue. Yeah, and sometimes
adorable.
little cousin Scampy.
Scampy.
Little cousin Scampy. Like,
this is all
sounds
new
like
to me.
Sounds like the Scrappy Doo of
He's
Snoopy.
Scampy was he's a little teddy bear who was Sooty's cousin, and he wore a schoolboy uniform. He was really cute and really naughty.
The Sooty Show, also on YouTube.
Yeah, the Sooty Show, and
well, from a level of Bart Simpson to Cartman, what level of mischievity did Scampy get to?
Well, you could say.
Did he ever dress up as a Confederate general?
Oh my God,
Said,
he's not. They're puppets.
Yes,
they're
they're
puppets. Oh my God, they're puppets.
This wasn't the Sooty Show. Wasn't a cartoon. It was Sooty's a puppet, a hand puppet.
That's pretty adorable.
And
Wow.
also, yeah, I loved Sooty, watching
I
Sooty
do love
so
puppets.
much as a kid.
Tootsie, that sounds
also-
so cute. I've never heard.
Oh,
You've
that's a
never
new
heard
one on
of-
me.
You've never heard of Sooty?
I feel like I heard the name go by in some interview at some point. Just one of those references that I realize I don't get. And the way you say it is really adorable too. Say it again.
Sooty.
That's it. I don't know how you're doing that, but it's really good. I couldn't do that if you put a gun to my head.
Me neither. No, but I gotta say, he was here quick, and he's got to go. Struck of Iron is moving on.
Merry
Okay.
Christmas, Tony.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Tony. Thanks for coming in.
Merry Christmas,
Good to see you.
Tony. And he also said about Nibbler.
Yeah, he was schooling us on Nibbler.
Nebulonian, one
really
of
knew
the
his
ancient
stuff.
races from the nascent
universe.
enemies of the brains. Oh, right. I love that episode.
Wow.
He does process food into dark matter. The drive of the ship, oddly, uses its drive to stay still and let the universe move around it, which surpasses faster than light travel. Not my pseudoscience, but fun to think about.
You really know your stuff. You really know your Futurama. That is a really beautiful idea too.
Oh yeah, one of these days I gotta
this.
dig into Tony about Futurama. I like that.
Right. Okay, Jill. This here's Sooty.
That's old school hand puppetry.
Yeah.
It's really old school. Oh, do you know who Monkey is?
Monkey
Goodness,
Magic.
I kind of
Yeah.
want like a Blu-ray of all of this to show my 4-year-old.
Oh yeah. Sooty's perfect for little kids. So yeah.
If you like Sooty, you're gonna love Monkey.
The little yellow,
love Monkey so
little yellow
much.
bear with black ears. This is Sooty. This is Sweep, the little dog, and this is Sue, a panda. And she's, aren't they cute?
No, Tripitaka, no.
Oh, look at this! And these are actual
Monkey
These are
Magic.
actual
What's that?
original posts from the Sooty Show.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
English,
wow.
but with a heavy Japanese accent.
And this little chap on the end, that's Scampy. That's Sooty's little cousin.
And he's in a schoolboy uniform. Is that the ticket with the little hat?
Yeah.
He looks like a bellboy. He looks like Pee Wee Herman. Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman.
And one thing, yes, one thing that's here's the guy who was I grew up with handling Sooty.
Matthew.
This is Matthew Corbett, and he was the guy who.
Yes.
With his hand up Sooty's bum.
That's the thing I want to know. Was he actually the puppeteer and a ventriloquist, or was he an actor standing next to somebody else who was manipulating Sooty?
Actually, Sooty didn't speak. Sooty never spoke. He whispered in Matthew's ear.
Oh
it's
my
very
God.
lazy animation. What's that, Sooty?
That's very powerful.
In fact, the only one of the puppets that actually spoke properly was Sue.
Yeah, Sue spoke. They're all different, weren't they? Sooty was silent. Sweep made an annoying beeping noise. Another standard YouTuber.
Yeah, Sooty was silent. Sweep communicated through these high pitched squeaking noises, and Sue was the only one who actually spoke.
Well, I have subscribed now to Sooty Official, so I'll be watching Sooty as well as Morph.
Go and watch some Sooty stuff. Yeah, I guarantee you'll
not have that on YouTube Bingo today.
Anyway, like I said, this is the guy. Yeah, this is who I watched. He handled Sooty when I was a kid. This is Matthew Corbett, and he's the son of the guy who originally owned Sooty. His father, Harry Corbett.
Oh my God, how long has Sooty been around?
Oh, Sooty's been around for Sooty's been around for decades, since the early 50s.
I feel like maybe I heard the Beatles mention Sooty at some point. Just one of those references that went way over my head, and I'm like, wait, what?
This is a good shot. This is
that's a very 70s look with the hair and the mustache, the porn stash.
This isn't from the 70s. This is from
come to fix your washing machine, yeah.
In the 80s.
I think, okay, maybe, but early 80s, I bet.
So anyway,
Wes Cagle says the bear in the school uniform looks like Angus Young from AC/DC. Well, anybody in a school uniform looks like Angus Young. I mean, to be fair.
People are just a bit more confident with their mustaches.
You mean Scampy, yeah.
Yes.
Angus Scampy. Burner, Scampy.
Anyway,
Scampy there, he did a nice cover of Whole Lot of Rosie, didn't he? No.
Anyway,
When can we talk about Monkey?
This is the version of Sooty This is the version of Sooty I grew up with when I was on CITV in the night.
It was also animated.
No. The show wasn't.
Still a puppet.
No, this is just the opening. No, the opening of the show, Sooty and Co. was animated.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it was live action actors and just the puppets.
Yes. Well, Monkey there's a ventriloquist named Nina Conti, and Monkey is her hand puppet, and she is a true ventriloquist, and he's often very blue. He's a very rude monkey, and I just can't tell you how much I love the two of them. And whenever she posts something on YouTube, I frequently comment to Monkey, and then after I've been commenting Monkey, I'll go, "Oh, hello, Nina, nice to see you," just because I'm all about Monkey.
And another thing,
all about that Monkey.
I don't know about Monkey. Tell me about Monkey.
You have to see Monkey for yourself. Monkey's the best.
I'm starting to think we're thinking about two different monkeys. I think we're having a comedy monkey.
I think we might be thinking of two different monkeys. But the ventriloquist
the only monkey I know about is from the band Korn.
No, the live action monkey from Japan. Yeah, Monkey Tripitaka, Pigsy. Pigsy.
Gracious, no, I don't know about that at all. No, Monkey is a hand puppet. And
the
ventriloquist's name is
Monkey, the Japanese TV show that was also popular in the UK in the late 70s and early 80s. Monkey Magic. It literally spelt monkey. Probably hard to find these days because of that. Monkey, Pigsy, Tripitaka, the other one. Brilliant.
Live action monkeys?
Yeah, live action, sort of juvenile adventures. He's got a flying cloud. A flying cloud.
Well, I
flies around on a flying cloud.
Care Bears have flying clouds.
Is it a person
Way
in
better
a
than
monkey
fucking Care
suit?
Bears. Pisses over the Care Bears.
Is it a person in a monkey
Hardcore
suit?
compared to the... Sorry, what?
Is it a person in a monkey suit?
No, except when it is. No, it's a human. He's called Monkey. I mean, the part of the original legend, he was is the original Chinese.
Oh, like the monkey god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pigsy isn't a pig, but he does. And the other guy, Tripitaka, is the other one Chewy. I don't know.
So this is kind of like an early prototypical Power Rangers pastiche.
No way.
Yes. Maybe it was before Power Rangers. So yeah, maybe I'm sure Donald would know. Don, the Power Ranger man out there, if you're out there. But I dare say it's probably an influence on the Power Rangers.
Oh, Don is always out there, whether it's right now or later in the replay.
Yeah, always assume, hey Don. Always assume Don.
Hello,
Don is everywhere.
Ranger power.
Oh, I got my hopes up for a second.
Don is everywhere. He's in the Robert My Burnett chat. There's nowhere he isn't. He's in the Clobby. He's everywhere. Ubiquitous Don.
All right, that's probably enough.
Oh, speaking of people that are actually here, Disaster Area says, is Sudi in Doctor Who now?
What?
I think it's a humorous comment, not literally. Like, well, there is. You read Crying Angels.
Is Sooty in Doctor Who? You can't say you can't say it like this. Sooty.
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 I can't say it. Sooty.
Sooty.
Sooty. I can't.
Would that it were so simple.
Yeah, Jill, you try it.
Sooty.
We're trying.
That's how it's pronounced. That's how it's. That's how I always say it.
That's how it's said. No, that's absolutely how it's said. I've heard it said that way.
The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
Speaking of that, another interesting thing.
Life of the wife
in Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire.
Sooty in your booty.
Put a sooty in your butt.
Oh my god.
Is there a pocket in your pocket?
See, that's not the same as sooty in your booty.
Another interesting
it's
about
mainly rooty tooty.
Sooty's magical, you know. Sooty can do magic.
I bet he is.
I have a feeling Sooty's magic.
I mean, he really can do magic. He's a magical bear. He actually does magic.
I mean, after all, the Teletubbies were aliens, so anything's possible in England.
That is actually a genuine comedy moment. Because Dalek, you mean stage magic as opposed to actual. You know, he's not a wizard. He's more of a stage illusionist.
Yeah. I mean,
magic, not magic.
That's okay. True. He's a stage.
Magic's a magic word because it means two completely different things. It means illusion and actual. Alan Moore. Like, I'm going to write a book and everything that happens is going to come true. Anyway, let's not talk about that now. And your thing, yeah.
Yes, disaster. And hello to disaster. Sorry, I didn't properly say hello to you. Hello, Merry Christmas. And yes, Sooty has his own wand.
Hello, disaster area.
Yes.
It's not as flashy as Harry Potter.
He would use and in the show he would always use it to perform magic, and he actually had his own unique magic spell. It's got Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Yeah, that was Sooty's spell.
Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy.
That's really good. I like it.
Guess it's different from Abracadabra.
Our open sesame. Aloha Mora.
What's that from? Is that Harry Potter?
That's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the unlocking spell.
Yes.
It is.
Wingardium Leviosa.
There you go. There's the levitation spell.
Everyone knows that one.
Yes.
I like Bombarda because you got to blow shit up.
Maximum Bombarda. Bombarda is good too.
Bombarda Maxima, yeah. And I think there's a lot of the chat I've missed out on.
What? We're nothing without the chat, you know that.
Oh, I missed this from Hakeem. He says, I love the pup named Scooby-Doo show more than the original.
Interesting.
There's something here from Tony. Too bad he's already gone. Niblonian, one of the ancient races from the nascent universe, enemies of the brains. He does process food into dark matter, the driver of the ship. Yeah. Wes Kickle says, I'd rather watch Josie and the Pussycats in outer space than Scooby-Doo with Scrappy. Right.
But then that's Josie and the Pussycats. I mean, those girls are pretty sexy for Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters.
Well, if you go back and look at some of the older Hanna-Barbera stuff, there was a few of the shows had girls like that. I mean, look at. There was Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels.
Captain Caveman, another great character.
Yeah.
And
yes, Wes Kegel. We all remember Wingardium Leviosa because of poor Hermione's humiliation afterwards.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Yeah, we all remember that.
Is that in the books or the films? Because I can't imagine Hermione.
Both, I think.
Whatever her name is, getting humiliated in the films.
No, that was the shocking thing.
Sooty was pretty much
very different.
15-year-old Jill went in to see Harry Potter, and I was like, shit, they actually, like, I know a movie can't be perfectly the books, but the first Harry Potter movie matched pretty well.
Yes.
But
they cut things out, but the dialogue was word for word. It was pretty uncanny. Very unusual.
Who the heck is
they screwed Ron Weasley.
They did screw Ron Weasley, but not in that movie. In that movie, he still got to be the hero. Yeah. He was still the hero. And
wasn't it the director of
the movie too? Yeah, he did, but not in this movie. This movie wasn't.
It was he hated Weasley and he liked Hermione, so she got all these good lines.
Later on, but Christopher Columbus didn't hate Ron Weasley, and so Ron Weasley still got his heroic moment with the wizard chess, the giant.
But to his dying day, he thought he was in the Indies.
That's one that's, as much as I like those Harry Potter, as much as I like the movies, but that's something I came to realize that the movies did Ron really
Weasley
dirty.
got done dirty. I don't like talking about it.
That's pretty fucked what they do later.
I mean,
everything you're talking about went right over my head.
They just make Ron out to be just a useless moron.
Well, one example is that there's one point where Hermione is saying something in Snape's class, and Ron agrees with Snape. He's like, "Yeah, you are a know-it-all," and it's like, no, actually, in the books, he stands up for Hermione, and so they completely mix that up.
That was probably in. That may have been in Half-Blood Prince, maybe.
I think that sounds about right.
Because if it was
finished watching them just the other week.
Because we
watched them all.
Is this like when? Wait, is this that line where Snape says, where he says to Hermione,
"Insufferable know-it-all."
You enjoy? Do you enjoy being an insufferable know-it-all? Or something
that's
like that?
The moment.
That's
the moment.
Prisoner of Azkaban, I think.
That was that in Prisoner of Azkaban?
That's the one with the time travel.
I think so.
Well, that's like Captain. There is
because
time travel
she's
in that,
interrupting Snape on the lesson about werewolves.
Yeah, and she just appears out of nowhere.
Well, over and over, because she is.
Ron gets treated like a redheaded stepchild. Oh wait,
Ron is not a stepchild. He's just
but he's not a stepchild. He is the Weasley's actual he is the Weasley's actual son.
Mm-hmm.
But he suffers from the
redheaded.
fact that all of his siblings have gone on to do great things, and he feels like he needs to stack up to the things that they have done.
His eldest brothers, Bill and Charlie. Charlie's he went off to work with dragons. His Bill works for Gringotts. His Percy went off to work
for Percy.
We all hate Percy.
Stupid.
Who's Percy?
Percy. He went
hence
up to work
his
for
name, right? Because that's like a nickname for a dick.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
That explains Percy and Blackadder.
Yeah, he went to
my lord.
But yeah, he went off to work for the Ministry, and then his.
But
I
thought the big thing with Ron is that he's the last in a line, and it's clear that his parents kept trying for a daughter. So it's like son,
really?
son.
Yeah.
And that's why the youngest
after so many
finally with a girl, and they stop.
Yes.
Maybe after so many sons, maybe you're right. Mrs. Weasley wanted a daughter.
She wanted a daughter.
She kept having boys, and then she finally got Ginny.
Yes.
And
I could continue, but it's just too rude. I won't say it.
Seriously.
No, I'm curious.
Seriously, poor Ron. Look again. Like all of his other brothers. Especially Fred and George. They're the most popular kids at Hogwarts.
I remember when Fred and George got sexy. They were just a couple of goofy twins, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Those two young men are growing up quite nicely. Wait, what?
They really did. As soon as they got their business.
It was the shag haircut that got me.
As soon as they get their business in Diagon Alley, I'm like, they make sense. They have a business.
Yes.
Yeah, they have their own. The Weasley twins have their own business, their own shop in Diagon Alley, their own fully fledged joke shop.
Mm-hmm. Because they realized that their life's direction was going to lie outside of academia.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that's what people. That's what I think. Poor Mrs. Weasley failed to understand. With Fred and George, they were intelligent and skilled in their own right, but they weren't skilled but they weren't like that in the way she wanted. And because she wanted them to get good, to be top, be the perfect sons, perfect students, and all that.
Because the other siblings were prefects and everything.
Yeah, setting the standard.
But they showed themselves in their entrepreneurship and also being able to be creative, especially with those fireworks.
Yeah, that's the word, isn't it, for Fred and George? Entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Yeah, they were always had something going on every
lot of Harry
year.
Potter feels. I'm not saying it's derivative of Lord of the Rings, but it has a lot of elements from Lord of the Rings, like the magic of the fireworks that Fred and George are able to conjure. To say we're fucking off the school because Umbridge is a bitch.
Yeah.
Rowling cast a really wide net, and she has a really amazing knowledge of all kinds of children's literature. So the Harry Potter world just encompasses a lot. It goes all the way back to Kipling. The things that she includes that were influences on her. It's really amazing.
The reason that happened so naturally and organically from J.K. Rowling is because she wrote these stories while she was a child. Like, she didn't write this when she was an adult. This conjured in her brain when she was a kid, ignoring her math homework.
Really? That's news to me. That's interesting.
Yeah, like, obviously she only actually wrote it when she was an adult, but the ideas that formed the building, the conjuring of the entire wizarding world happened when she was a kid, completely ignoring her teachers, just like Fred and George.
Oh, wow.
That's certainly. I guess that means she. Well, I guess a lot of kids would relate to Fred and George, but a lot than some others. Definitely a lot more than someone like Fred, like Percy.
Percy's exist, and damn, I wish that Percy picked a better time than the Battle of Hogwarts to show that he's gonna try to turn things around, because he sure picked a fucking bad time to be like, I'm gonna be good now, and damn. Do better, Percy.
I need to reread the books. I'll be rereading them sometime soon.
That's a lot of words.
There was a lot of words, and the last couple, or last 2 or 3, I read all at one go. I binged them, so it's amazing that I remember anything.
Wes Cagle, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I thought, Wes Cagle says, I thought she wrote the stories while homeless living in her car. Yeah, that's right. She wrote her stories on napkins and all that stuff. That's when she was actually writing the novel. But the actual genesis, the ideas, all of the ideas that made up Harry Potter, it happened when she was a kid.
That's amazing, because the story that I've heard was that she was on a train, and all of a sudden the concept sort of dropped into her brain, and she had to grab a napkin to jot it all down on.
That's the story. That's the story I heard.
Yes. Now, I don't doubt that she may have been writing since childhood, and she may have been, developing some concepts. But I had always heard that the whole thing just sort of fell into a piece.
It's possible that most of the childhood development was just daydreams.
No, I think she wrote as a young adult.
I would hope that she did.
I do think she wrote. She was always a writer, and that's impressive. It's like I could write if I wanted to, I believe, but I don't feel compelled. And it's, sometimes I think I wouldn't be bad at it. And I have friends who tell me, really, you're going to be as bad as some of the people writing right now that are getting published. It's just. But I don't.
You probably would be pretty good.
I don't feel compelled.
That's the tough part. That's why the number one complaint you'll hear from writers on YouTube, at conventions, everywhere. Number one problem for writers, not me. I've got writer's block because they don't get compelled, or they get uncompelled, or they get a pause. Compelled is key. Yeah. It's got to be a demon in your head making you fucking do it.
I think that for a lot of writers, the successful ones, yeah. But then again, I also think that a lot of it's just discipline. You just sit down and I think it's Stephen King who he says he writes 2 hours a day, every day, even Christmas.
Oh yeah, but he also has a trough of cocaine for breakfast.
That was back in the day. I don't think he's done that in quite a long time, but I could be wrong. I mean, I wanted to believe that Matthew Perry was sober when he died, and it turns out he wasn't. So.
Oh, but there's so much more. He beat up the Prime Minister, who's the son of Fidel Castro, and then also that Prime Minister, his dad, and then his Chandler's mum was secretary to the whole thing. Anyway.
Dear me.
You can't make it up.
Well, now Matthew you've got me concerned that he was assassinated.
It's one of those conspiracies. It's a lot of weird stuff. Just the school friend thing. Yeah. Chandler beat up Castro Jr. at school. You can't make stuff up.
Kind of cool, actually. Cool. That makes me like Chandler.
Super cool. Yes, very
and then
much
he became
the
Prime Minister.
And I already liked Chandler. Yeah. Funny thing is, I did live in the Valley. I still do in a way, but I don't talk about that often publicly.
What, in LA?
Yes, in LA. And there's a guy in the Valley who looks exactly like Matthew Perry. I mean, exactly. He looks so much like Matthew Perry that people get angry with him because they say, "Oh, are you Matthew Perry? I would like an autograph." And he's like, "Well, I'm sorry, I'm not Matthew Perry." And then they get very angry with him. And I actually saw him once in the supermarket, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, that guy really looks like Matthew Perry. That's uncanny." And I got to say that when Matthew Perry passed, one of my first thoughts was, well, I guess that guy's not going to have trouble anymore.
Oh, he probably still will. Matthew Perry's dead. That's no excuse.
I don't know. I hope not. I actually think he probably ended up looking, right toward the end, he probably ended up looking more like Matthew Perry than Matthew Perry did. But now I'm really getting weird. I'm getting logy. It's very late.
Damn it! I had to mute because my dad came in the room.
Oh dear! What'd Dad say? Did he say go to bed? Oh, that's right. No, it's the morning for you. Did he say breakfast is ready?
You got the weird. When they go to bed, Dad, it's 10 a.m.
Go to bed. It's morning here. I've been awake since around 5 a.m.
Ah. Well, then you could still go back to bed. But is it time for your brekkie?
Yeah. It is breakfast time.
Christmas Eve.
Is that why you came in?
Of course.
Come on, darling. It's time for brekkie, and it's wash day. Where's your pants?
I can't get used to it still being Sunday. It's Christmas Eve and it's Sunday.
Exactly, Christmas Eve and Sunday, which is why my dad is in here right now, dropping off the washing.
You're confused. Here, it's Christmas Eve. It's the middle of the fucking summer.
There's a great.
Great. He wants my
band, a trio. God, I can never remember the name.
Nirvana?
No, back in the 70s, I reckon, and maybe late 60s. One of the members was Mike McGear, who was Paul McCartney's brother, and they did parody music. They did, just really fascinating music. But they have a day of the week song that's a bit of a chant, and it's Sunday's wash day, Monday soup. And that always made me laugh because it sounds as if you're using your bath water to make your soup, because you're just that poor.
That's triggered me. Rough memories of you too. Sunday,
wow.
Monday, the things all right.
That's crazy. Baby. I've heard that song, but not with those lyrics. Somebody used it. Yeah, starfall.com, which is a preschool kind of website, used that tune. But they talk about eating normal things. They don't make it sound like you're using your bath water to drink.
Well, it just sort of follows logically, I thought, but I wish they have like a one-word name.
Oh, it really does. It's hilarious.
Which was kind of, having a one-word name is, at the time, was sort of ahead of the curve, I think. Or did they? Or was it the something or just something?
I have also mildly is it cannibalistic if you only eat your dead skin cells? It's gross.
It's gross, but not necessarily cannibalistic. But this should be an easy find. Mike McCartney. But it always scaffold. The scaffold. They're saying on Wikipedia, but I always thought of them as scaffold. Which is a great name for a band too.
Although you can't trust everything on Wikipedia, to this day, they're claiming that Echo Beach is not based on a real beach, but it is. They're lying.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what, Captain Infinity? You know what you can do? You can hit edit and fix it.
Well, I've learned my lessons. It's part of a generic lesson I've learned in life. Don't complain to the people, complain about the people. You get much more. I just slag them off on Twitter. It's not my problem.
Actually, you can, if there's a problem on
It's not my job to correct them. The old me, that's what I was referring to earlier about getting the old me would be like, yeah, excuse me, you've got it wrong. Well, it's not my problem, it's their problem. It's the gap in the market. Don't listen to Wikipedia, listen to me. It's a branding exercise.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm here to, if Wikipedia, if you want me to correct your shit, you pay me, okay?
Yeah, that is how they get away with their whole website, is that they have free labor. Volunteers.
Exactly. Young me, the old me, which is the young me, would have done it, but the new me, which is the older me, you ain't falling for that shit again. Fix your own shit, Wikipedia, you bunch of wankers. Never heard of a metonym? Just because it's not literally called Echo Beach. Anywho. Echo Beach, far away in time.
That whole entire conversation made Wes Cagle think of the song by The Cure, Friday. I'm in love.
Oh, my least favourite Cure song. I quite like The Cure, but I cannot stand Friday, I'm in love.
Yeah, I love punk rock, and so The Cure is a great, mellow kind of punk rock, and I like it.
I love that song, but Fat Bob hates it because he says that it attracts an audience that really isn't into The Cure. They just like the song. And
right, it's a bit of an outlier song for... Right, yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a forest or jumping on a train or killing it. Anyway. Standing on the sand, I'm alive. I'm dead. Anyway. If you know that song, you'll get the joke. Or not. So yeah, writing, you've got to have the motivation. It's got to be a fire in your belly. I must complete this book or script or my head and stomach will explode. If you don't wake like that in the morning, if you wake up going, oh no, I've got to write more script. Congratulations, you are George R. Martin.
Yeah, he kind of just fell out of love with Game of Thrones.
Kind of know what that's like.
I feel like a 12-year gap.
How do you know what that's like, Dalek? Do tell.
Because I've got these. I've told everyone else about these before. Because I'm kind of a writer myself. Because I just write fan fiction, but yeah, I do have a few stories that I've been working on or trying to work on for the last couple of years.
That's cool.
It's like. But unfortunately, in this year, I've hardly written anything because I've just maybe because of
you did call it the block.
Maybe I've lost the motivation to write. Even though I've been discussing with a friend. But I have this friend I chat with, and we discuss ideas for those stories. I don't know. Come started getting around to actually doing writing. I actually had the idea of. Never mind.
I was going to say the writing. The writing is the hard bit, which it is. I was going to say the idea is the easy bit, but then again, I've seen J.J. Abrams and Bad Reboot. Clearly, ideas aren't easy either. But once you've got an idea, the hard part is then the 99% perspiration. You've got to write that shit down. Could take months, years.
It could take months, and it could take years, and it could take days. It just depends on how fast you write.
Yeah. Yep. Some people have whipped out a novel in a week.
Well,
or a script.
A friend who was an author who I once told him, no, I really feel like it should take a person about a year to write a novel. And he just scoffed and he said, the reader doesn't know how long it took you to write it. I'm like, well, I feel like
whoever that person is, that is a genius. Sorry, I'm interrupting with enthusiasm. I had that thought myself because one of the many trolls I've had on Twitter, someone going, oh, I bet you turned it around really quickly. And I was about to type back, it took me 20 years, actually. But it's exactly, the reader doesn't know. When writers talk about how long or little it took, it's like no one cares. Maybe they care, but the reader doesn't know.
Really don't care. I just sort
so
of
that's why, as
feel
long as
like
you're not
I
George
can...
R. R. Martin, as long as you get the ending, doesn't matter. Yeah, if it takes 20 years and people are waiting, George R. R. Martin, then it's an issue. But if no one's waiting, take your time. That's why I've unannounced my book, so I can take my time to finish it properly.
You've unannounced your book?
Yeah, what book exactly?
No, you've got to stick with it. You've got to finish it in a year. You said you would.
Oh, well, no, I'm doing it. You see, you can have it good, you can have it cheap, or you can have it quick. So no deadline.
I know that you have an artist that you're working with, and a really incredible artist.
John Dillard. Yeah, he's genius.
You've got to keep that person engaged and pay them and keep moving forward with that. So
absolutely.
Once you have that person on board, I think you're kind of committed. You've got to keep moving toward the end point.
Correct. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm too far in now. I've got
that partnership sort of. Yeah, you're too far in. You've got to keep going.
Yeah. I mean, we've got no.
I know you'll get there. You'll do it. I know you will.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's too far in. It's an ongoing thing. I mean, everyone's got different ways of writing, but I just don't recommend linear. You've got to write the whole thing. You have a
partnership now. You know, it's too late to back out. You've got someone you're committed to.
Yep. True story. Yeah, no, it will be done. It's my life project. I have to do it. It might be the only one, and it might take ages, but it's going to get done because it has to. Because I'm too far. I've run too far into the forest. There's no point. There's no need to turn around.
He's a really amazing artist. He's done other things, hasn't he?
He's working with other people, more famous people.
Yeah, I recognize him as an artist, as a comic artist. I barely know that at all, but I'm like, oh wow, that he's somebody.
Yeah, he knows his onions. He's really John Dillard. He's doing amazing. Yeah, without John Dillard and without B as my editor, I wouldn't have got this far. That's the whole thing. That's the key. Once you're involved with other people, then it starts snowballing.
Yeah. I have faith in you.
Oh, thank you. I know what the ending is, so there is. I'm not gonna. I promise I won't George R. Martin it.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That helps. Then you just have to figure out how to get there. That's part of the fun part, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, look, it's such a cliche, but I say this for you, Dalek. Once you get back into it, when you are doing it, when you get to the point, and it's a cliche, but it's like the best cliches because it's true. On a good day, when the book starts speaking to you, when I'm looking at it, and I'm not even trying to do writing, I'm trying to do the colouring of Dillard's artwork, and then the book's going, oh no, kept in. We need 3 pages here. I'm like, who am I talking to? No, once the book starts telling you what to do, you're golden.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I suppose I need to just get back into it. Really, I mean, need to actually get the story up, get the writing up in front of me, I'll be stuck at first, but then once an idea then it's like and I start typing, then it just flows and it's easy.
Yep. Once it's in you, that and discussing pop culture, because of my endless discussions about Blade Runner and other things, sometimes the chats get you thinking. Because you get to, when you get too far into it, this is how I'd have done Star Wars or Blade Runner. I'm like, those things are done. I should take that idea and put it in my own thing. Indeed. That's why there's 2 Jessicas, because there should have been 2 Rachels in Blade Runner. Anyway.
But yeah, Dalek, there's many people who've taken that fan fiction, changed the names, and made millions. You can be one of them.
Sparkly vampires.
There's no shame there.
It's not about vampires. It's about sadomasochism.
Yes, millions and millions.
Millions, Dalek.
Ka-ching.
You buy your own Thomas the Tank Engine with that.
Oh, if I could get Thomas out of Mattel's hands, that would be a godsend. That would be wonderful. Because
I meant the train set, not the IP, but you're thinking big.
Because it's not just Disney destroying things; it's all the. I mean, what Mattel's done to Thomas is disgraceful.
Make your own things, Dalek. Or like Tiger Stripe says, convert to, turn it into your own IP. It's the only way. Don't be another J.J. Abrams ruining other people's stuff. Make your own stuff. and ruin that. I mean, and don't ruin it. That'd be my advice anyway. What do I know?
Okay, I need to
put a chicken in it, make a gay.
What was that?
No, I just doing a big.
What was that?
Put a chicken in it, make a gay.
Oh, you're doing Cartman.
The South Park thing.
That's not a bad Cartman. I've never attempted Cartman. One of these days I have to, but not today.
Never.
But I'd like to. I'd love to be able to do Cartman.
I've never. I gotta say this. I've never been a fan of South Park.
Oh, I just laughed my ass off.
Respect my authority.
You respect my authority.
You bastards! You killed Kenny.
No, it's not. It's
well, no. You can only say one half of that. You have to say,
"That's true."
You killed Kenny, and then somebody says,
and somebody else says, "You bastards! You bastards!"
It's like this. Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Well, it used to be such a dramatic thing. Hey, you really did kill Kenny. And then eventually it became apparent that Kenny was immortal.
Kennedy, you killed Kennedy, you bastard.
Everybody's still talking about that.
I've had a lot of vodka.
That's
I've had
brilliant.
vodka tonight
like
too. What a coincidence.
Get off that grass, you know.
No, there's a lot of times where I watch South Park, and why I love it is that I see it and I'm like, it's hilarious, and then I think, is this real life? There's no way somebody actually decided to animate this, and they did.
They did.
Man, I've been licking this carpet for 3 hours. I still don't feel like a lesbian. I got this Indigo Girls CD. Real life dialogue every day.
I wonder. Yeah, I was starting to wonder how long should I.
6 hours?
How long should I keep this? 6 hours.
All right, 8 hours. Compromise.
I couldn't go for that long. That's
what she said.
If it was a Saturday, I probably could just go ahead and stream.
Well, it was a Saturday.
I probably could stream all day, but it's a Sunday. I can't.
It's Christmas Eve.
It's wash day,
and it's Christmas Eve. Yeah, because I've got things I want to do today.
Wrapping, washing, eating, writing. You want to do some writing?
Wrapping mostly.
I did have a.
Actually, my wrapping's all done. All I've got to do is tags and bows.
I did have an idea for doing a little Christmas short story.
Oh, that's lovely.
But
well, yeah, do it.
But it's already Christmas Eve. I suppose I could knock one out, and if I really knuckled down, I could knock one out. Probably a couple in a few hours. Probably.
Yeah, that's what it takes to write a short story. It takes a few hours. It's not. Yeah. But
that's a real thing with YouTube, is that I got to get into doing more short content more frequently, because I've got it down. I've got it down doing live streams. And that's good for engagement with fans and everything. But what I got to do is do more short content, like you're talking about, Dalek, little short things, little short stories and stuff like that.
Yes. I haven't even started yet, and I really want to. It's, yeah, just,
well, you've got the voice, Tiger Shirt.
Oh, I think we all have pretty good voices here.
Wes Cagle says, I still love silence. South Park Frosty versus Santa. Frosty versus Santa.
There's so much good animated Christmas humor out there of that kind of type. My favorite, I mentioned this the other day, and I think Dalek groaned because at the pun. There's an episode of American Dad called Minstrel Krampus that is just, oh God, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's a musical. It's a satire, part satire of Beauty and the Beast, but of course also includes the whole Krampus mythology. Really, really funny.
Is this where is that the episode where Stan's dad became Krampus?
Yes.
At the end.
Yes. You're spoiling for everybody, but yes, that's it. But it's how you get there. Lord. It's really funny. It's how you get there.
I used to watch American Dad, but I got fed up with it, so I don't watch it anymore.
Because of Klaus.
Well, not just Klaus, but
is that the goldfish?
Yeah, German
goldfish. I got fed up with it.
I got fed up because of the baby played by Patrick Stewart.
Just got fed up with the whole thing.
Oh my god.
I mean, Wes Cagle here. American Dad is a great show. Over the long run, it became better than Family Guy. Yeah, I used to love Family Guy too, but I got fed up with that as well.
Oh no, I completely concur. I mean, there's always a point in Family Guy where you say too far.
Well, there's a classic clip because every day we pass by a flailing inflatable tube man, and there's a classic Family Guy clip about flailing inflatable tube man.
Yeah.
Giant flailing inflatable tube man. Giant flailing inflatable tube man. Giant flailing inflatable. Yes,
that's it.
Do a shipping error.
Really good.
Yeah, that was a running gag they did in Family Guy with this over enthusiastic guy.
Yes.
Doing this.
My 4-year-old asks for that all of the time.
Yes. It is really good.
And the inflatable tube. I think that was the first one they did.
And it's 3 a.m. I have to go. I have to make cookies.
You know what? I wanted to leave an hour ago.
You want to what?
I actually wanted to leave an hour ago, but
you did, Jill?
Good of you to stay.
Yeah, I got actually real world things here. I'm having too much of a good time.
That's it. Wacky waving inflatable tube guy. Wacky waving inflatable tube guy. Wacky waving inflatable tube guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I really want to take this opportunity to say, Dalek, Jill, Tiger, of all the streams I've ever been on, this one, Jill, is the most recent. No, it's one of the best ones. I had a really nice time. Thank you all.
Of course, it's the most recent.
I do too.
Yes. Dalek is a good host.
He is.
Oh, yeah. He totally is.
You guys are good guests.
He's so fun.
And he's a Dalek.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. Is that Dalek 451 is really very welcoming.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Amen to that. Well done, Dalek.
Thank you. That's very nice of you all to say. Thank you.
I think we're wearing Dalek down. Listen to that. There's no edge in his voice at all. He's so sweet.
Quick, give him a tickle behind his ear.
It's a Christmas miracle.
No, he's my brother's age, so he's always like my little brother.
Yes.
Of all my third-born children, you're my favorite.
The disaster areas is.
Daleks love Christmas. This Dalek does. Well,
all right. I'm going to say Merry Christmas to all.
Okay.
Yes, Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas, Tiger
Stripes. Yes.
Tiger Stripes.
Yes, love you guys. See you soon.
I love you.
Thanks.
Have a fantastic Christmas.
You too.
Yes, good night, Tiger Stripes. Wow, she's really incredible. I love having Tiger Stripes on. And
she's
amazing.
She's lovely, Tiger Stripes.
She always has something to say, and I like to hear it.
Yeah, very smart guest.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have Tiger Stripes on in any live stream.
I must say she's a favourite. Well, this is what I would say about it's the Dalek magic or the Christmas magic. But I thought, I actually thought of myself, what are the statistical odds of my not screwing up a live stream? That's why I'm so happy that we had a fantastic live stream and I was on the panel. It's a miracle.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the only bigger miracle is if we could have had Canadian Spider-Man and brought
and Scotty R37.
Well,
Canadian Spider-Man,
the star on the Christmas tree.
That would have been perfect if we could have those two on as well. That'd be great.
Those three, all those guys are stars. No, I think today was perfect. I think the way it worked out was really, it's my Christmas miracle. I'm very happy with today. You've made me very happy for Christmas. I just wanted a nice broadcast, and that's what I didn't even know you were going to be on, Dalek. And then Jill came on, then I came on, then Tiger Stripes came on. Although, as per Jill's previous or earlier guest on your birthday, System 10.4 Stripes, one of the subtlest nicknames I've ever heard.
I don't even know what that means when you say System 10.4.
Oh, it's for Mac heads, because System 10.4 on the Apple OS history was Tiger. That's like really, really, really nerdy. But your guest came up with it.
That is a pretty nerdy take. I didn't think about that.
I want to acknowledge your guest that said that. System 10.4 Stripes. Sorry, it's not that funny.
Well,
that is way more innocent than I thought it was going to be.
What were you thinking?
Right. Well, since as you say, the stream has gone so well, and yeah, we had Captain Infinity on a stream, and nothing went wrong for once.
you had me, and you had Tiger Stripes, and as a disaster always says, Daleks loved Christmas, and that helped also.
Yeah, I think that probably did help. So,
I did actually make a slight conscious effort not to be annoyed.
Everybody here,
so hopefully that
because everyone else on the panel, maybe it helped that we had no one on the panel who hated you, Captain.
Yeah, lack of prejudice is a help. If everyone's open-minded, maybe it's not going to turn to a shitstorm just because the captain's. All you have to do is believe that I'm funny, and it becomes true. And tonight it was proven.
Right. Well, I think.
Right, bye then.
Leave before something happens.
This is just.
Quick, wrap it up, Dalek. Quick.
Wes Kegel says you can't ruin a love stream. The worst, I guess he meant live stream. The worst that can happen is you can get cancelled, banned from all social media, fired from your job,
That's what I'm thinking, is that I'd have enough live streams that I'm sure I've said something stupid where I should be canceled, but I'm just such a nobody that nobody cares yet. And that's what helps.
That's why I just say a bunch of stupid shit at the start of every stream, get it over with.
Yeah. I mean,
good night, everyone.
The stream has hit such a high point. I could just end it here and it'd been perfect.
Bye, everyone.
Which really, I probably should end it either now or soon because I've got you. You said you wanted to leave, didn't you, Jill?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but honestly, like
I'll quit. I'm always the last to leave a party. I'm actually going to quit.
I wanted a Christmas Eve party, and you gave it to me, Dalek. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Dalek. I'll leave first. So, Jill, thank you. Dalek, thank you. Tiger, thank you out there. Everyone in the chat. We're nothing without the chat. Thank you. And,
indeed.
However you make the universe. Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. And thank you very much. Thank you, Captain Vinci. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Jill. Merry Christmas to you both. Maybe I'll do another stream later today, or maybe do one sometime some point tomorrow. I'm not sure. But anyway, I just gotta do my thing here. Say thank you to everyone in the chat. Captain Infinity was here. Killer Rabbit from Space was here earlier. Lemon Pie. Jim's Landscape. Wes Cagle. I think that's
Disaster Area.
Oh yeah, Stark Lion was here and Disaster Area. Thank you all very much for coming in for this lovely little stream. And oh, look at this! Bless you all from the captain. Yes.
God
agreed.
bless us. Everyone.
God blesses everyone. Yeah. So. Right. Well, anyway, everybody, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. So I'll be back. You'll probably see me again later today. Or either here or you'll see me tonight over on King Dolphin TV because I'll definitely be there for that for Just for his Christmas Eve Just Cause. That's gonna be I'm sure that's gonna be great, wild fun. So I hope to see you all there for that. And I wish, but for now, I wish you all I wish you all good night, a very Merry Christmas, and from the surfaces of Skaro, this is Dalek 451 signing off, and I will see you all. I'll see you all later. Bye bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Good night.